Hey, I'm Sean from SK Digital. I'm an Olympic gold medalist athlete, and now I help hundreds of New Zealand businesses sort out their digital shit. And today we're going to talk about how to attract more visitors to your website. And this is specifically kind of skewed towards smaller businesses or businesses that are just starting out. How do we get people coming to your website? How do we make known your business, if that makes sense? So initially, I like to focus on what are the things that we can do for free that give you traffic to your website. And so I'm going to use some of my clients as examples for this. So I'll minimize myself down here and get stuck into it. So when we think about getting more visitors to your website, I actually like to take a step back and think about the things that support your website that act as kind of a funnel for people going to your website. So we start with a few different tools that are free to use and free to utilize, and one of them being a Google business profile. And so that's what you're seeing on this page here. This is a client of ours, Alpha Street Kitchen, obviously a very established restaurant and bar, but they have a very well set up Google business profile with a bunch of reviews. Now, a Google business profile is free to set up for any new business, and it allows you to be more visible on Google, especially when you get Google reviews. So when people ask me, like, how do we get more views on our website? This is the first thing I look at. This is like a really easy, low-hanging fruit thing that we can set up for free. So long as we get Google reviews to it, set it up properly and fill out all the information. That's all this information on the right-hand side is the Google business profile. You can link through your social media as well and provide a bit of an explanation of your business. Once that's set up, that is one of the easiest ways that we can get visitors to your website. It's especially important and powerful if you are a local business operating in like a local geographic area, because you add your location there. Like if you're a brick and mortar store, or even if you're a service provider but you have an office or a physical location you can list, when you associate to a town or a region or a city, you'll get more visibility in that town, region, or city with this Google business profile. So Alpha Street Kitchen is located in Cambridge. They appear really often if you search like a kitchen or bar or a restaurant in Cambridge. You'll often see this Google business profile because they, like I say, are located in Cambridge. So that is the first place that I kind of look at. Set this Google business profile up, set it up properly, add an address if you can, get a bunch of Google reviews, ask your existing clients or anyone in the past that has worked with you to leave you a Google review, and that'll instantly help you get visitors to your website, especially if you're regularly getting those reviews. Another one, of course, is like setting up your social media for your business. So setting up your Facebook page, setting up your Instagram page, and posting to it regularly. Again, using Alpha Street Kitchen as an example here. Posting regular content, showing what you do, and showing your service, your product, whatever it is, posting regularly. And to take that a step further, whenever you have a change in your business, I often recommend posting it to your personal social media as well, just to show your network, the people you're already connected to, what you're doing and the changes in your business and anything new. Or like for Alpha Street Kitchen, it might be a new menu. Post it to your personal Facebook page to reach your existing audience. And even a step further beyond that is to post it to your community grapevine page. So for most regions around New Zealand, there'll be like a grapevine page. For Cambridge, we have like a Cambridge grapevine, and they a lot of them allow businesses to post one post per week or something like that. And so when you've had a change in your business or something you want to promote or something you want to share with the community, you can post in those grapevines and reach a lot of people really efficiently. And again, for free. Okay, just bring my face back up. So those are the two things that I kind of look to first, because ideally we don't want to spend a whole heap of money to try and get visitors on your website. We want to make sure all the free stuff is kind of established. So setting up on social media and setting up on Google Business Profile are the two really easy ones. And then once you've done that, ask for reviews on your Google Business Profile and share your business to your existing network. Be proud of your business. Like, it's a thing that Kiwis really struggle with, is like, I don't want to talk my business up to the people who already know me. But it's one of those band-aids you kind of have to rip off, and most of the time people will support you. Like, we have a bit of tall poppy syndrome here in New Zealand, where we don't want to do it. We don't want to share what we're doing, but I very much urge you to do that, because it does make a big difference to how visible your website is, how visible your business is, and how many people find you. And word of mouth is an incredibly powerful thing, especially in small communities, small businesses. So those are my kind of recommendations there. And then obviously beyond that, we've got the website itself. So that's where we want people to travel to. And so when we're thinking about our website setup, the idea here is that we want to provide really valuable, clear information to somebody visiting and have a really clear action to take next. So when I say that, we're talking about where do we direct people if they want to take the next step? Like, how do they actually get in contact with you? Because obviously we want visitors on your website, but we want them to be able to navigate through to your contact options really, really easily. And so I definitely recommend having like your main, what we call to action, which is just a fancy word for, or fancy phrase for button, up in that top right corner. For Alpha Street, obviously it's book a table, but you'll notice that that's kind of everywhere on the website. So this is the main thing we want people to the main button that we want them to interact with is something like book a table or get in touch. But on their website, we're primarily focused on showing their product, which is their food, obviously, and what makes it so special and what's new, so under new local ownership, and just making the content unique. So we're not just saying great food, we're saying like why it's great food and the work that's gone into make it great food. And then laying out a very clear navigation on, for a service business, there might be, these are your 4 main services you provide, where you show them like this, and then they might click through to a page that is all about that specific service. Obviously for Alpha Street, we're just showing their main menus here. Again, more on the food. And then critically, what's really important, especially for small business in New Zealand, is to show the team on the website. This really helps people engage and see the humans behind the business. So if we flick through to this page here, we have a bit about like the history of the business and the new owners. We have a big team photo, which is fantastic. People like to see faces and be familiar with who's going to be serving them or who's going to be turning up to their house to complete a service or who they're going to meet on site in an office or something like that. They want to see the faces. It's a trust building thing. And a bit on the values and stuff like that. So all this stuff here helps keep people on the page and help to build trust, but also having a very clear, like structured layout of your website where you've got a home page, which gives an overview of the entire business. And then you have service pages, which show the services that you provide in the regions or for the industries that you provide them. And then you have stuff like the About page, which gives people more behind the scenes stuff about the team that completes the service and the values. And then you have like a contact page, so people know where to go next and know how to reach you. So that's kind of like the basics of setting up a website and also helping people find that website. It's probably the easiest ways that you can attract visitors to your website and keep them on your website. So using the Google Business Profile, using your social media, sharing it with your existing network and not being afraid to do that, asking for Google reviews, and then when they're on your website, make it clear, simple, easy, put your face to it, show your services, be proud of what you do, and put yourself out there. So hopefully this helps. And if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly and I can help you with your website or for your business specifically and kind of point you in the right direction for the easy stuff that you can address right now.